Open Road 316, rear living by Pilgrim International here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Pilgrim International was a company that only was with us for a couple years, but they didn't go out of business because they were building bad products. They went out of business because the money guy literally embezzled all their money and ran off to some place like Venezuela, where we don't have an extradition treaty. Unfortunately, a lot of good people lost their jobs because one guy decided to be a shyster. Other than that, they were actually a pretty respectable product. This is a second owner, and I'm going to get the elephant out of the room, as I do so often in our used RV videos, and tell you, she ain't perfect. It's actually, I think the original owner just really didn't take care of it. They didn't maintain, they didn't reinvest. They only took and took and took, and they never gave back to their investment. Second owner, by contrast, did the job right. They were using this up until this last weekend seasonally. Historically, it has had leaks. Currently, it does not. The second, this whole wall over here had delaminated in certain spots, had some stress fractures, and the second owner knows some folks down at Keystone RV. He took it there, had their lamination department basically rework, rebuild that sidewall over there. You'll see some smart, inexpensive fixes, some things inside. So it's not perfect. Like I'll go out of my way to tell you this. How many dealers are this honest with you? This awning fabric probably needs replaced. It's been used seasonally. It's been exposed to the sun, and I can see that fabric's starting to shred apart. So, you know, remember that we're not asking new RV money for this thing. I leave you a link in the video description where you can check out our used fifth wheels to see what we're asking on these things. Remember that I went out of my way to be blatantly honest with you on this, and I don't hide stuff, guys. We don't try to, you know, I guess deceive people into buying here. I want you to purchase an RV from us because you want to, because you know that you get a fair value for your money. Inside here, I mean, there's still a lot of good to this. It's still a very functional RV. There are some cosmetic things that I would like to not be there, but there's nothing really stopping you from going out and having a good time with this. What I mean by some fixes, there were a couple light fixtures they had replaced. They had added some extra lights in here because, again, they were living in this seasonally, so they wanted some extra light. I've seen a lot of people do this where they'll take the furniture out of the dinette and rearrange things a little bit, or furniture out of the slide out, I'm sorry, and move the dinette back here. I've seen that happen several different times. And actually what's cool is manufacturers are starting to see that, and they're actually starting to build rear dinette fifth wheels. That's a new thing that's really only just starting to come out, but it is starting to happen. So the original inexpensive little swivel barrel chairs there, they pulled out and they put a residential big time plush recliner over here, so you got a real perfect seat to kick back and enjoy your entertainment. Again, there has been water penetration in this rear area. I never tried to hide that or anything. You can see that again, it does not leak currently. It had in the past. They'd put new flooring down in that area. There's still a little bit of peeled wallpaper from that, but it's cosmetic in nature. And that's the biggest message I have. If you don't care about a couple cosmetics, if all you care about is to just know that this thing's not falling apart on you currently, you're going to save a ton of money on this, because we understand that this thing is not in perfect shape. Let me swing around here. So we've got a full-on traditional hide-a-bed back there. All of our windows, by the way, have nice nightshades on them, so you can have some good privacy in here. And full storage overhead's a nice touch. And I do like the crown molding. Again, Pilgrim was really on the cutting edge of some of that stuff. Their lightweight stuff was really, really hard to sell against. And I really wonder what those guys would have cranked out if they'd had a couple more years to really get zeroed in on some good concepts. Great counter space here, and this is a solid surface counter, so it's not going to get swollen from water penetration or anything. I'm a sucker for kitchen bar stools. If you see my videos, you know that's true. I see all kinds of keys still present here. You know, this is simple. Apparently they didn't put enough power outlets in the kitchen, so these folks came up with a real simple, easy solution, but they did a nice job of it. You know, they had everything secured away. That is totally cool and functional. There's nothing wrong with that. A very interesting thing I've not seen before is I looked over and I'm like, holy crap, Batman, this pantry over here is the size of a refrigerator. And then it got me wondering, because I saw it was vented down here, this is actually washer dryer prep. So this is either cabinet, closet, pantry, washer, dryer, anything you want it to be. And I thought that was pretty darn slick right there. This was built just before flat screens took over RV production, so it does still have that big, deep entertainment center that you can utilize for big stuff. Looks like they had rebuilt some steps here, but again, they did the work, and frankly, it doesn't look terrible. All the work they did, like I can see where they didn't want to like spend top dollar on some things that were just cosmetic, but they did a decent job. Nothing they did looks cheap or chintzy. That's what I like, is they didn't spend a ton of money, but they spent the right money, and that's the best way I can say it. So being just a 2-slide fifth wheel, this has a 9,720 pound unloaded vehicle weight, dry weight, if you will. And that's kind of a nice thing there, is a lot of these things today are 3-4 slides, and they're easily in the 14,000 pound weight rating. This is super easily 3/4 ton towable, or again, ideal for use as like a seasonal type model or a park model. I like the extra fan that they have up here in the bedroom to give you that extra airflow at night too. Now this feels a little bit like an open split bath design, but you do have that cut door right here, and you do have a dedicated middle bathroom area. I see where the previous owners had swapped out some fixtures from the little bunkhouse sink to a real sink adults can actually use. Pardon me. Oh wow, that hurt. 2 days ago up here in Michigan, I ran one of those Tough Mudder competitions. That's a replacement toilet, by the way, bigger one. And my core, all my muscles in my core, they're just on fire every time I sneeze. That was uncomfortable. But enough about me. Like I said, there's nothing wrong, like in terms of function with this RV. There's some cosmetic stuff. And if you don't care about that, or if you're a little handy, or you got a good eye for interior decor, you could save a schload of money on this used fifth wheel here. And remember too, that if some of the things I've shared with you in this video are disqualifiers, I get it. That's why I shared them, so that you know exactly what you're looking at here. I don't want you driving from 4 hours to show up and see a fifth wheel that's not what you thought it was. I've had that happen in different areas of my life. I've been the guy who got kind of bait and switched. I hate that. I despise that. I don't like to do that kind of business. If the phone rings a few less times because I've been blunt honest with you here, that's fine. If the phone rings, I know that you know what this is because I went out of my way to tell you what it is. I always recommend, anytime we're looking at something with any sort of history to it like this, come see it in person if you can. Put your hands on it and you form your opinion, because what I think and what you expect for your money are not necessarily the same thing. So give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.